journey because, and I just am so thankful to you and to your organization and to Dr. Chin and the Radiant Smile for seeing value in helping me move in the world with a smile that I can be proud of.
Yeah. When one thinks of Chicago, the first thing that pops in their head is often gun violence in the South Side. River's experience is evidence that this is a very prominent issue and the constant threats create trauma in one's life. The mission of My Smile Within is to provide dental care to women like River who are overcoming their trauma and adversity. Instead of focusing on the negativity and complaints regarding the violence that the news and media always fixate on, My Smile Within concentrates on what we can do to help. Although we are not eradicating the violence in the South Side, we are helping an individual recover from the hardship she has faced, and that is the first step. So I read in an article that featured you and your daughter, and you kind of talked about how...
You found something on me?
Yes,
Okay.
I know. Yeah, you're famous. So I read an article about you and your daughter, and you guys kind of talked about how it was living in like the South Side of Chicago, where there's a lot of gun violence. To the extent you're comfortable sharing, could you explain how those living situations affected you?
I have no problem sharing. Obviously, I have to live where I can afford to live. We ended up on the South Side of Chicago, and the level of violence, just points in case when my daughter was in school, there was a gunfire fight, and the bullets came right through the window over her head because her seat was by the window. The children were just afraid, and they just were, are we going to die? Are we going to die? Just constant people shooting each other. And I said, oh no. When one of her friends fell to a bullet, I said, we got to go. We got to go. So we moved to Las Vegas because I said Chicago is just kind of dangerous. And we lived in Vegas for a while, and then we came back because Kyra was born here, and she did ballet here, a beautiful ballerina. And she wanted to come back to her friends and stuff. And I said, if we come back, the South Side is not an option. There are food deserts there, like no grocery stores. So when I looked at the North Side, I saw that there was an abundance of Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Jewel, so that we could shop. And so, we left the South Side because it just didn't feel safe. And I didn't want my daughter to be on her way to ballet class and a bullet meant for someone else fells her.
Yeah. And what made you have the courage to, start a new life and move out as a single mom?
I'm not afraid to. If something isn't working, I am not afraid to move and change it. Just not afraid at all.
And would you say your neighborhood is like safer now? It's better?
It's starting to have an uptick, and I don't know if it's because of the pandemic and people are a little bit more desperate. We're starting to see a surge where I'm no longer feeling safe. Because I have a dog, and when I walk him, there have been a few occasions when right when I came in, there was a gunfight right up on, and I live on Oakley and Howard, where it's supposedly the border of Evanston, but it's safer than the South Side.
So obviously your story is an inspiration to others, but where do you find your inspiration?
My daughter.
It's beautiful.
When I tell you that giving birth to Cairo saved my life. Previous to Cairo, my depression, I just moved through the world depressed, but still able to function. But when I laid eyes on a little girl who looked up at me and depended upon me, it kicked it in gear. She is the absolute love and light of my life, even though the teenage years that, wouldn't trade her for the world. So that is where I get my inspiration from, my daughter, Cairo.
And then is there anything else you would like to add? I know you added a few things already.
No, I'm just ready to rock on with this journey and I just am so thankful to you and to your organization and to Dr. Chin and the Radiant Smile for seeing value in helping me move in the world with a smile that I can be proud of.